Hello and welcome to, if we're streaming already, it might take us a moment, so I might do hello and welcome to, twice. Hello and welcome to my live stream this week. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is a live stream where I do some improvised rap on topics both of my own suggestion of randomly generated from the internet fame and also occasionally from you wonderful people. Hello and welcome. This is my live stream. If you're just catching it now, if you are interested in the genre of randomized parody rap, then this is very much the place for you. I think we will get off to a sort of flying, crawling start and begin. Gonna try. I mean, I don't know. I know we've had themes in the past. I feel like this week's theme might be something along the line of different kind of tunes. So if there's a tune that you want, there's a tune that you want to see me do some rapping over, then let me know. Elsewise, we will begin. I'm going to start. I always start with this song. Not necessarily to make a tradition of it, but it's just what we do. If there's anything you want to hear, raps about, then throw it down in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to go for the same randomized stuff we always go for. And tell me if the levels aren't great, as per usual. Sometimes I lose my memory when I'm trying to think. I blink and then suddenly I realise I stink, cause I'm not very skilled at this exculpation. I'm not sure that I am going to be able to bring my nation to the front of a stage baying my name. Not that I care, I can sometimes feel insane. If I was going to be standing up there, maybe megalomaniacal. If you were the sort of guy who need a mic to be able to do anything today. If you needed some 10 people to get up, say hey, jump around. Well, I'm not the exception, I'm the exemption of that rule, cause I don't need direction from a group of people who are crying out my name. If that's the sort of thing that you need, well, I think that's pretty lame. I think I can get in the game with just me, myself and I telling me hey, so maybe I like it or lump it. If you don't want it, maybe you should jump to the beat. Cause I'm not saying that I walk down the street quickly, but sometimes I'm just saying that I get here sickly. Strictly is not my favourite kind of show. Sometimes I watch it like when my grandma's like, yo, do you want to watch this TV with me this evening? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's better than breathing. So I watch and yeah, they're spinning around and there's the couple dancing and then one goes to ground. And I found that it's a pretty constant success. I went on a detour there, but I'm back and yes, much like this has been pure A, like when you have vegetable pure A. That was a bad link, but I'm pretty cool, hey, not gonna say that I liked it more than Kool-Aid. American, maybe we'll have some election stuff later. If you think that you are gonna enjoy that pro-debater, maybe you're somebody who enjoys that kind of thing. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm still gonna be thinking about who should be king of the US of A. Presidential, you see, they've set a precedent. Who is gonna end up in charge? It's a slippery question. We've got Trump written large, but don't want to be saying that I have a pile of understanding. My cat is the one who has just as much as me. Maybe I'm gonna ask him for some foreign policy for real. He's got a good pause. Sometimes he's maybe 4 different issues at once. He can be really good at feeding and sometimes he's really good at reading. Anyway, back to scratch. If I was trying to start a nation, maybe I'd write it down, have some kind of declaration of independence, that each man is free and that we all get to watch Formula 1 on TV. Don't want to be saying that that's the most important thing, but I mean, if you had the opportunity to be bringing cars to the front, driving real fast, I don't understand why you wouldn't tie yourself to that mast. Anyway, if you climb to the top, maybe there's going to be a crow's nest from which you can drop and hear the singing of the sirens as they pass. past. We were going to do a little bit of Homer's Odyssey last time that we tried to bring in Greek myths, maybe. Can't remember, maybe that was last Thursday, Wednesday, maybe. Don't know. But anyway, it was hard, so I'll just try to play some more common cards. We'll reform the way that we do this situation. I sometimes talk about things and there's some frustration from you guys. Maybe you think that you prefer it instead. Maybe there's some words you could throw in. Hey, if you're downstairs, maybe in my own house, maybe you're down the street or you're shooting some grouse, if you have some ideas of what this channel should say, then dump it in the comments and I'll wrap it, okay? I'm not exaggerating, it's the top of my head. If I didn't have something better to do, I might be dead. So it's democratic, you say and I speak. Yeah, it's the we the people, not just one elite. It's not the Mile High Club because there's nothing going on. I mean, I'm like 2 floors up and it's just me. So if you want a bomb to be dropped, okay, that's great. We've got a film to do, but maybe something not to hate, maybe comes kind of themes if you like it. Anyway, I just want to say that I'm likely to be doing songs that you choose. So if you want to hear a song, then put it on Bruise My Ego. See where we go, exactly what you want. Maybe there is some way we can be teetotal instead. I'm not drinking. I think that I'd be dead if I attempted to drink and rap at the same time. Maybe a little lime in the edge of my drink, but I can barely think and blink at the same time, so there's no chance that I'll be able to rhyme. Great. So our next song is going to be MIA's Paper Planes. So we're gonna see how that goes. I mean, I've got some other things that I chose. Mopeds. Okay. I've got some other things that I chose as well. So like some other tunes that I thought we could bring into the mix, as those cool kids say. Hey. Ooh, don't play that. Okay, let's dance. Evening, Amy. How you doing? I have no idea how this will go. So if you want a topic, then just throw it in the comments, because I mean, the issue with this is I'm always tempted to try and sing the song, and that's not going to work. Take a stab at a theme and see if you can try and translate, because if I get it wrong, then I'm probably not going to be late. It's pretty late here, but if you're watching in the USA, I guess it would be like early afternoon. I cannot say. It's unlikely that I reckon they are, because there's like 2 people watching now, and it seems pretty bizarre if one of them, far from being the people who are commenting, is somebody who's in like California cementing their relationship with me and saying that instead, rather than their beautiful weather, they'd rather be in bed listening to this kind of thing that I'm saying. I'd say they're pretty shallow, but I think that I'm great. Don't want to provoke disaster, I say. If you think that you can be faster, I guess that you can, okay? I'm not saying my rapping is just speaking it out, but sometimes I say words and then I'm not sure of my doubt. Anyway, mopeds. How are we going to get over there? We're talking about how I couldn't care if I could have more rhymes anyway. My hair, maybe I'm driving down the street and I look at my mirror and I think, man, I'd be replete if I had like better hair. But then I run out of gas and I think there's only one way that I'm going to get this brass coloured hair to the hairdressers in time. I think I've got to pick up a moped on my drive home. So I'm taking it down the street, and if you've been near Durham, there's quite a lot of cobbled streets, and sometimes they bounce down, so then my haircut is like turning me into a frown, and so there's no chance I'm gonna get there on time. I mean, if you're gonna get a haircut, you've got to go to Rainey's. I'm not lying, I'm not rhyming at this point, just saying that James Rainey is the best haircut. So don't terrify me by saying there are other places where you should try and get your morning hair graces. I'm just exercising my right to have my own location and be able to have my hair cut while playing on PlayStation. So the chorus hits in and I'm saying that I'd rather be maybe being shot than be bombed. Hey, that's the next lyric, and it's probably true, because if I was being bombed, then if you were standing next, you would be able to be bombed too, and yeah, that would probably suck. So at least if I got shot, then you guys would not get mucked around, hit to ground, it would be fine. I don't want to discourage violence, but just say that take your time. Like, maybe it's not great, but there's probably not room to have a war instead. Hate is not going to help. So I don't know what the song's about. I mean, I enjoy MIA, but I haven't listened closely to the lyrics, so I don't want to say that that's the sort of thing. If you're like in an equation today that like hate ends badly, and if you're going to be grumpy, then that ends sadly. It's kind of difficult to like. It's kind of it's difficult. I'm going to say to manage to stick to rap when there's people coming behind you. I found that, but that's okay. We're chill. Great. If anyone has any other songs that they'd like me to do too, but we might jump onto something else that we've got in the rucksack. So you know. Ooh. This is a kind of professional service that I know you will demand from your own parody rap situation, and that's fine. I appreciate your high standards, and I'm really glad that you're following us. So I'm gonna go with this bad boy. Whenever I start rapping to like a different beat, then that causes me trouble to try and figure out exactly where to jump in. And this feels very loud. I'm just going to turn this. If this is slightly too loud, then tell me, because I'm not sure, because I'm on this side. If you think that I should provide some ability to get the levels right, I'm not sure I'm going to manage that quickly. So much like Zelda, you could be sick when somebody comes and tries to take the castle from your side. Not sure what I'm saying, but that will be a crime. So if you don't like it, I guess it's not sublime. Anyway, it's a situation where we should try and get something waiting. If you'd like me to talk about a topic, maybe find the keys and maybe you should drop it. Anyway, gonna stop it quickly and maybe see if we can take the mic of the themes which you've got on the screen. Maybe talk about the private queen, like Zelda. She's always there, but she's never having a big part in the story. I couldn't care anyway. Gotta relax. Gotta try and This is hard just to say. Gotta hold on to relax. Gotta try and hold on the beat of the tracks. Maybe I will manage it mildly. Not sure I'm gonna be able to do it quietly. Anyway, I'll jump on my horse. Epona, if you're divorced from this game, it's Zelda we're playing. Though Link's the main character, so he's saying, all the brain that I do as I ride across fields and I travel this magic sword that yields all the enemies to me while I'm beating, and everybody's man like, where are these sheep bleating? Not sure if they're sheep, but there's chickens. Picked them up a lot and then they were bricking themselves as I threw them over the gates. It seems to me that I should not wait. If you think that Forest is full, you should probably play this game because it's true. There are many places you can run, things going wrong and things to be done. There's little puzzle quests and things you can buy. They have rupees, but they're not Indian. Why did they choose that currency? I'm not sure, but reading a lot about currency recently, so I can be bored about what I'm doing and maybe think that we should be eschewing currency pegging to each other. Like if you have a currency, don't peg it to your brother's currency, because if he produces more than you, it will go badly. But that's a fugue of things I want to say, so I just want to be insistent that okay, I've got lost, I got sidetracked. Maybe if you're following this, yeah, okay. So I mean, once again, curious, not, you know, cool. We might go back to some normal tracks unless there's things that people particularly want to do. I think we might have a political rap next. So if you've been following politics recently, you know, you can have something to follow along to, and if you haven't, that's fine. This rap will confuse you. So I'm going to jump to Google some world news. We can explain it. So if recently you've had your head in jail, maybe you found some sand and you've had a pail to throw it in, then you will pale at the news that there's only two people, only two to choose. If you want to know who's gonna be the head of states, well, it's either Trump or Clinton. You might think that's great, you might think it's terrible, but it's not gonna change. They've had one debate, now there's two on the pages. So maybe you think they need to be held to account. Her emails were bad and he's like amount of bad ideas squished into one body. Maybe you think his foreign policy is shoddy. Not gonna say that I think he's naughty, but Toy Town could have been run better. So maybe you should stick to the letter of the game and just vote Gary Johnson. Don't wanna say. Anyway, more news. A 3-person baby, got no idea. Seems kinda shady, but probably it's that they've got somebody's genes and they've thrown it in someone else's egg. Combine them, it seems. No idea, because I'm like quite big on foreign policy, big news, but not on science, seems. So I'm not gonna be able to have something to talk about unless a 3-person baby's your dream. What other things? FARC chief apology to Colombia victims. Yeah, that's a success. Colombia now, which has been war-torn for a long time, seems to be coming to some kind of rest. Syria. Now that's pretty bad. Most of the time I'm going to be rapping about things which are sad, like why did Russia hit an aid convoy quickly? Does that seem suspicious to us? Maybe we should think about why it happened, why we should be so quick to point fingers zapping ourselves, because the Russians are not evil. I mean, Putin's pretty bad, but you should see all the things that we do from their eyes instead. I'm just not sure that they'd want an aid convoy dead. Anyway, the next one on time, maybe. This seems pretty sublime. Japan pulls out of girl turning into eel. I mean, if I were true, I'd prefer to be a seal, because seals can be like on land and in the water. Though being able to shock people like it's an eel ought to be pretty cool. But I don't want to say that I would just be like transmogrifying today, because that's not real news. Though it seems like an advert, seems pretty absurd. Anyway, I heard that kind of thing was legal. If it were in Britain, we'd be like, you could turn into a seagull, but no. If he's a fish, that's not the kind of thing that Japan wants on their dish. I mean, we might do. I mean, oh, okay, yeah, okay. We'll do. I mean, yeah. This is something I'm going to enjoy. Unlike you, who are obviously I don't know what you're thinking. No, we're not going to go with that track. We're going to do this. So as always, if you'd like something explained, then go for it. But I'm going to start with, like, I'm reading a really good book on currency, so I'm going to start by explaining some of that. The book that I'm reading says the current troubles are seeded in the fact that when we were leaving World War II, there was this way that the bad economies in like Europe were padded out by the American system. Like we were some kind of system, everything was going wrong, but America was strong, and so they said that their currency and ours could get in bed, and that we could like trade at some rate, so that would seem like the sort of thing that you'd hate. But actually America had a huge advantage, and it seemed like they planned this. Seems like they planted their system, but then we got stronger, they got weaker, and it seemed like the American system was going to be bleak. Yeah, like a country cannot survive if one country buys and another provides. Like we see this happening in the Eurozone currently. Like there's this country, it's called Germany, and they produce a lot of stuff and we buy it, and that may not seem really too rough, but what about the countries which are just buying and buying? They're trying to get more, but they are not supplying their exports. They're coming in like a flood, and it seems to me that they're gonna get above the levels rising, and they can barely swim. And so the issue for them is there's no way they can get in the gym and pump up their economy. There's one currency, and so it's gonna end badly, seems to me. This was always gonna be the case. The euro was always gonna end in disgrace unless there was some way to have financial policies all across the countries. Because America, it has one thing, but there are many different states, and they can usually bring their own policies to help their business there. Like if you're in California, you can be like, I don't care. If you're in Nevada, you can change your tax rules. If you're asking for backs, you can tax more. I don't know, but there are many different ways. But currently in Europe, there's no way that you can play that. So the aim of the Eurozone was always going to be some kind of federal system with more than just the same currency. But currently I cannot see the way that we are going to end up with that system today. Everybody's scared. We have decided to exit. We've been like, Brexit is the only plan, and I might say that you're getting bored. I'm not sure, maybe you really enjoyed the talk, but I think this book is really great and quite interesting, and it's made me think about things which I had not while resting. So I'll rest your ears. I'll talk about how I was like last week, fearing that I would not have enough food on the table, so I popped to the shops. I didn't, but just stay listening to it, because I've got to talk about something. And how when I was searching for like some cheese dumplings, I pushed my trolley down the edge of the shelves, and as I was getting there, I realised that ourselves are... We'll probably do that one again. If there's anything you'd like rapped about, throw it down. So, welcome to you. If you're somebody who's just started watching this through, you might think it's weird or slightly bizarre, but it doesn't harm anyone. So get in the car as we drive around recent topics. If you think that I should stop it, maybe I should drop it, but I'm not going to be getting to the tropics quickly. This is not the sort of thing which takes the mick. I am topical, but have not got enough money to be able to build enough to be going on plane rides. Maybe I could try and take some plane sides if I went to the shops. If I went to like Nando's, I could drop not like the spicy one, but the plain one instead, because the spicy one makes my tongue turn red. I get angry, like I'm in a battle, not fighting cattle, but maybe like a robot attacking. Maybe I can do something which seems to you kind of crazy, but you may have seen that show on TV, yeah, Robot Wars, great. If you give yourselves like robots, you can take chunks out of each other with a flamethrower. Maybe you can be a name grower and steam those people who've not heard it before. You can tell the other people that their naming was poor. You can burn them down and circle a lot. Ask Matilda if she is ready to drop. But the root of the problem is that I'm not a robot. I'm just a man, quite slow, not made of machines. I ain't got no circuitry, so it seems that my flesh is gonna hurt me if I get in a battle with claws. Not gonna enjoy that, and I'm hardly gonna endure. Maybe you disagree and you think you're really quick, but I'm just gonna say, if you were hit like a brick, you would be glued to the pavement. Gravity would take you down, son. You'd be done, there would be no... Your sun would be setting, that's all you'd be getting. Don't get in a fight with a robot, because you will not be vetted. It will take you out, you'll be going downtown. Big frown, maybe like a prisoner, and I'm ground down. Be ground like coffee, there would be no way I'd be easy like toffee. Tom Hanks in Castaway, I've not even seen that movie, but I would probably imagine that if I was losing against a robot and I ran really far, I could find a tropical island, not be bizarre to be hiding from the evil guys as they try to get me with their cruel laser eyes. Maybe Tom Hanks, I hear he jumped into a wedding recently and crashed it. Don't just take that from me, that's true. He did it in Central Park. Who knew, eh? Who knew, eh? We might go for nouns. I mean, I've got just nouns. I think I've got some verbs in there. I think nouns probably work better than verbs. So when asked what I could have for tea, I guess I usually say pizza, but you may not like that. You might be somebody who is elite. You might think that you're elitist, but I'm certainly a liter. And if I was asked to drink something, I could drink like more than a liter. Exactly what I'm doing, maybe I'm at some kind of guzzling event. Maybe I've been sent somewhere that I can stand up to David Brent, and I'll be asking you exactly how you are gonna offend me when I take you down. You are certainly not gonna end me, because I can eat 2 hot dogs for every one you put in your mouth, and you might think it's gonna go south, but I'm gonna take you down. And it might be some time to have my celebration quickly, because I can eat more celebrations than you can have Quasi Street. Anyway, I lost that for me, but it seems like the editor, once he's done, will be able to take that, gonna do that Sunray, edit this stuff. Maybe you could take it, remove all the guff, and have like a quite neat scene where I'm talking, rapping like a dream. Anyway, if I was to do this, then it would not be the thing that I do to get some biscuits to be able to eat. Instead, I'd be sitting on the street, wondering why I was paid to be talking about all the things insane in my brain, asking quite quickly, maybe I should try and take the mick out of the things that I'm saying and spraying the words. It's absurd, but baby, you're hating. Anyway, There's no way that I'm going to stop. If you want me, maybe I should drop. If you ask me, maybe I should quit. If there is no way that I can do, I'm not sure that I'm gonna do it for you. Maybe I've got my beat out strong, maybe I've got it wrong, but I was in a flow for a while. It seemed to me that I had some style, so much like the queen of rap. I'm not the queen, I'm the king, but tap, tap, the beat goes strong. And if you don't like me, guess I'm gonna be wrong. Not in my bedroom, in upstairs. This is the place where we like air our clothes. And you might not care, but you might be wondering why there's droves of things pounding behind me. Guess I'm gonna say that I'm not wily. I mean that. So you say what I'm gonna do, and I'm not sure exactly how, but I guess I'm gonna try and start again, and maybe start again now. And people ask what the vehicle is that I'm gonna be able to get on time, and maybe like a moped or some way that I'm gonna drive. And this is too slow, so I cannot fudge the words. But much like it's night time, maybe you cannot see all the birds which have space to maneuver, but I've got none of that stuff. So I'm gonna try and do this, and if I manage it, I'll be chuffed. Might be some promotion for me to manage the motion. If I was gonna get some free ships, maybe I'll be on the ocean doing some fishing quickly, maybe getting some boats in. Maybe I was gonna be doing something even better than Mosin. You've not met Mosin, he's pretty great. He was a guy I met in year 8, well, year 12, but that's pretty close. Seems that I was doing that, not morose. If you think that I'm gonna manage, try not to be able to disparage what I'm doing, cause this carriage is pulling into the station like Paris. Exactly who's that guy? But maybe there's a town nearby that we can stop and break, and maybe I'll be able to get here sailing. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there was some moments of brilliance in amongst moments of dubiousness there. Certainly be easier if this plonk happened all the time, because it's very hard to rhyme when there's no melody behind. But if I had some way to be able to hold it, then I'd be fine, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna say that I was poorly defined. But maybe there's some way that I can improve this operation. If I had like a vocal demonstration, maybe there was some frustration. I'm not sure that I'm good at my chords, so I couldn't be very patient. But if I went to a hospital, I guess I would be the patient. Anyway, my information is clearing up quite quickly because the rhyme's gone and everything's gone wrong, so don't hit me. We're gonna have two more. It was sounding very discordant to my ears, and I feared that I would quickly appear to be having two tracks playing at once, and that's a real rookie error. I would look like a dunce, would not lift my skill like an elevator raising, would not be the sort of thing that you be praising lazy, you would say, and you'd be like phasing, ready to turn off the channel. He's not amazing, but I am crazy about trying to do this okay. Maybe like if there were a fish I could land it in a bay, like when an orca breaches but don't want to catch an orca because he would be teething you. Because orcas are pretty scary, they're like the largest hunting creatures, and I know they're leery. If you've ever seen a field fighting against one, he will not fare well, he will be attacked farewell. You might agree, because it's just like hunting. If you are punting, don't want to be bearing the brunt of a large cetacean coming up your back, but if you're gonna go down, best to a big attack. Anyway, if that happens, I guess your goose is cooked. You're gonna be in the oven and overlooked. Gas Mark 5 and ready to be supplied. Get off your boat and try and survive. But my weakness is to fire. That's the kind of thing, water not my desire. But in a pyre, I guess I'm in more trouble. By the end of that, I will be no more than rubble. A candidate for some kind of suppression. You might be asking now, why is he guessing where he's gonna end up? Well, it wouldn't be great. If I were in a pyre, then I would hate. But anyway, candidate for it going wrong. The equipment would certainly not be strong enough to get me out of that. I need protection from the fire, as it's that inflection. Maybe convection is burning the heat, and it's like roasting my knees and burning my feet. But if I were an Apple product, then that would not be great, because if you've seen the news, it's been Samsung that's been burning, and Apple, they have usually been turning a pretty healthy profit. It seems to me that they've managed to profit off our lunacy, buying something every 2 years to be our two fears that we won't be cool or have this year's new gadget. And so it seems great, unless you're a teacher, in which case you probably hate all of these kids coming into school with their new devices, and you've got no sure idea what the thing is that they're going to be able to supply. Something in your head, some kind of guy telling you that you're wrong when you tell them how to spell exactly where's the grammar. I'm not sure, well, I'm not a teacher and I could barely reach it, could hardly be a preacher, and I could not reach the skills required to do either. So I guess that I am like gonna be a survivor, doing the things that I can, not getting paid. If I had a marriage, I guess that would be okay, but the army, that would not be great. I don't have great muscles and I'm kind of ready to run in the occasion of any kind of conflict. I'd be a convict. They tell me that they have pulled a con trick and that I should head and be constricted by the rules, but I'd be upset because maybe I tried to get into the army and there was an inspection telling me I wasn't great, not my cup of tea, and I really would hate if a Sam, like maybe Sam came up to me, a Sam, yeah, see, a Sam's a type of tea. If a Sam, he told me that I was not gonna be ready and I'd be pretty shoddy, then I'd be upset. Even more than Noddy when Toy Town, which if we remember earlier is ruled by Trump, I'd be even more upset than that, a grump. I'd be sold down the river, there would be no hope, certainly no forgiven. I just paused, completely the wrong thing. Okay, one more track. If there's any final things that you'd like to see, you've been a great audience this evening, thanks very much. We're going to once again try something non-standard, something I've not planned. I've planned, but might not end well, so be open-handed. Yeah, I mean, maybe sometime we're going to have like a game theme, chip tunes, but I mean, I really ought to learn how to rap to chip tunes first. So you want me to say exactly how it seems to be okay to be invisible? Well, I'm not fine because I'm not very good at being sublime. Invisible, yeah, might's risible. Sometimes I try and forgive it all. Not sure that I'll manage that because I'm quite noticeable. I'm a cat who's really tall and standing. If you think I have unplanned it, well, this wasn't what I planned in. The ideas that I am standing, understanding, not quite sure. If you don't like it, I'm inured from your comments because I can probably mute you. Yeah. Ideas are pretty great, but you've got to send them fast enough that I can jump, okay, cause I'm like Sonic being admonished quite quickly, so I can move fast, so don't too quickly. So my throat is speeding down and I am trying to buy some way I can find something to buy. Maybe I can be supplied something from the mall if you like it. Maybe you should be my dealer and I beat babies. Not sure I want to buy those, not sure you can buy those 10 toes. Would be my standard to be able to have a kid, but if he had 9 I'd be like, that's fine, he did all he could. And like kids, they're really great entertainment, but don't tell that to the police because they'll be like really angry, grave, I don't know. Anyway, just want to say that I'm trying to get in fast and sometimes I don't think it will last, but I guess my employment is a task, so I guess try and pass. Anyway, my knowledge is such that I'm not going to be able to do this much more. Not sure that I'm going to be more, but I just don't know what Sonic's about. There's little hedgehogs he's running and he has this power. Oh, it's been quiet. Okay, we'll jump back. We jump back sometimes. Can I hold this up? Maybe I cannot be rough. Maybe I can manage to do this and not disparage stuff. I'm usually happy or I'm gonna be quite upset. Exactly where am I going? Not sure I'm showing where I went. And so if I hold it quickly, guess you can manage to be sick of the fact my voice is speaking. Maybe it's quite bleak and you're leaking through your ears. Maybe it's falling onto the floor. I guess you should be calling the police to clear up the mess instead. Maybe they're wondering why it's red. Not sure why my ear is bleeding, but maybe it's because I am seeding the ideas that you've never heard before quickly. And maybe there's some way we should stop saying quickly. I've said it a lot, probably the most frequent word I've got. Maybe I should cool down like a refrigerator. Not gonna be a hater, but the inspection is needed. If you don't like it, maybe you should have told me I'm elitist, cause I usually rap in kind of a posh voice, but I had no negotiation, it was not my choice. But if I could try to beat a speeding hedgehog, my vehicle of choice would be a moped, cause I would not get clogged by his spines and the rings which he throws out behind him. I guess I would try and like sidewind him. I would swerve. Seems that the curse is quite quickly that we're gonna finish, so please don't constrict me. Thank you. If this was your first live stream, thank you so much for tuning in. If it wasn't, as always, I kind of enjoy myself. It's a bit bizarre. I don't know whether I'm actually going to be doing one next week, and if I do, then it will certainly be at a different time. So watch this space. I'm traveling home. Ooh, we've got more music coming out. But as it was, so I'm traveling next week at this time. But maybe we'll do it later, or maybe we'll do something else. I'll let you know close to the time. Thanks for your patronage as always, and have a lovely evening.